Holy cow. You. Oh man. Just ease the bumps. Sick. Oh, I unclipped in the air. All right, welcome back everyone. Down here at Green Valleys Bike Park today for a bit of a shakedown on a marketplace find, which I am very excited about. I've been keeping a bit of an eye out on the secondhand market, looking for a downhill bike to compete in the downhill rounds of the New South Wales GE series, and also just for a bit of fun. And kind of escalated once I went to New Zealand because I was really keen on doing more park riding. And I think you're gonna like what I found. Let's take a look. All right, so here it is. It's a trek session, and as you may be able to tell, it's not your everyday trek session. So this bike was actually owned by a World Cup racer named Ben Zoir. He's an Aussie guy, but this is his Junior Cinta team race bike from 2024. And as you can see, it is brand new because Ben was unfortunately injured and he wasn't able to race the season or ride this bike at all. And it is absolutely off its head. So let's go and have a look at some of the components on it. So it's a Trek Session 2024 alloy high pivot downhill bike. And this is the R3 size, which is kind of an extra large. It's got identical reach to my Mega Tower at like 493, and it's got some pretty nice touches. So let's take a look. First of all is the paint, and I don't know if I'll be able to quite get this, but it is insane. It's from the Trek factory race shop, so where you see all of the Rampage bikes and the team race bikes come out of, and it's custom painted for the Junior team in this crazy kind of red and green flake with a metallic shine through it. Very nice. And then it's got all of the team decals on it. These aren't actually stickers, that's paint. So I'm permanently part of Junior Cinta factory racing. It's not every day you get to join a team at my age, but I'm willing to do so. And then the bike itself is a high pivot design. It's kind of where we see more bikes going with this kind of mid-high pivot instead of like a really high pivot. I'm really excited to see how that translates on the trail on a downhill bike. And some other really interesting touches being a team race bike. So normally the cables are routed internally through these holes here, but as you can see, they've got these little 3D printed plugs covering that up. And then they're routed externally with 3D printed clamps, and they actually bolt in. So there must be bosses here in the frame to run external, and they've used those. And the reason they do that is so they can change the cables quickly if they need to in a race setting. The suspension is Fox Factory with the Podium 40s. They look insane, and I can't wait to give them a go. They've got the newer Grip X2 damper on it, which is supposed to be less harsh than the old Grip 2, which I'm keen about because I did not really like the Grip 2. And then it's got a DH X2 shock. And Ben's given me his settings. I don't think I'm gonna need settings like that, but I'm gonna try it out to see what a World Cup race bike feels like. The bike's got a few adjustments, so it's got a progression adjustment, and you can see that it's in the most progressive setting of 25%, and it's got a flip chip at the rear, and I'm not sure what that does, if that's a high-low, or I actually think it's for changing out the wheel to a 29er if you want to. It's currently set up mullet, and that's exactly what I wanted. Matching those gold Podium forks, gold TRP DHR Evo brakes, and it's actually a full TRP group set. So TRP downhill shifter and derailleur, and the brakes are stopping massive 220 rotors. I've never ridden a rotor that big. I have ridden TRP brakes before and I really like them. So really keen to see how much power that sort of puts out. But yeah, it's going to be ample for me at my speed. Another nice touch is he's got an O-chain on there, so even though it's a high pivot, which won't have too much pedal feedback, a lot of the downhill World Cup riders were still running O-chains. This, I can't show you how it works because I'm using it as the stand, but it gives the pedals a little bit of slack and it dampens the chain forces. So I'm expecting it to just be a magic carpet when I get it out there. The wheels are from a company called Silt. They're an alloy rim. I don't really know anything about them. And then they're wrapped in Trolby Taki Chan tires. They look pretty cool. I've never ridden those. They look like a DHR2, but a little bit more spaced out. And then he's got Cushcores inside. He thinks that there's a Cushcore Pro in the back and a Cushcore XC in the front. I love that he's got a mechanic that builds this and he doesn't really know sort of how it's been set up. The one thing I have changed on it is the cockpit. So he was running Pro Taper handlebar and a 50mm stem. That was probably a bit long for me, and the geometry of the bar felt a little bit strange to me as well. So to reduce any kind of weird feeling between this and my other bikes, I've gone with the same cockpit, which is a 44mm stem and 1UP bars. These are actually the alloy bar. I normally run the carbon bar, but I thought alloy for a DH bike seems like just a more reliable choice. It's even got custom clamps on the grips, which is sick. They're a lizard skin grip. I really like the feel of that. Keen to give them a go. And then I don't know too much about downhill bikes, but yeah, it's got a saddle there. It's not very comfortable, but you don't sit on it too much. And I've just left it at his height. So he's a little bit taller than me. He's 190, I'm 183, but I got pretty long legs. So I thought I'll just start with where everything has got set. So the bar height, the seat position, the height of the seat, everything. So there you have it. It is absolutely nuts, and I'm going to give it a bit of a shakedown now. So I'm going to kit up now. I'm going to put the settings he gave me on this thing, and we're going to go cut some laps. Yeah. Right, let's bed these brakes in. It's not a very good climbing gear. Not a bad idea to warm up, I guess. Keep going to sit down, but obviously can't sit down and pedal. A little bit of power in the front brake. Woo, taxing. All right, I think that might do for the first lap. These TRPs take ages and a fair bit of heat to bed in. So even when they feel like they're giving good power, there's way more to come. Holy cow. All right, I'm gonna try and talk while I ride it. Just go around these jumps for this run. It is so smooth. Oh, that looks like it's been routed differently. It is dead silent. And the suspension feels so plush, even the fork. Maybe it's not a surprise that the fork feels plush, but I thought it would feel firm at a World Cup rider's pressure. Pull this jump. Oh, I see. That's cool. I like that. Oh, it has so much grip. Pretty active. Oh. Damn, this is nuts. You can, even on those hucks, you can feel the extra travel versus even my Mega Tower in how it lands. Oh. All right, nearly crashed. Front wheel deflected off a rock and then got a bit of a slide on. These conditions at GVs where it's wet but like wet on top of dry are for sure the sketchiest here because it gets a real sheen on the trail. Looks alright through the trees. Fork does feel a fraction firm to me. Let's pull up here. Man, it's like butter, eh? Pretty crazy. So quiet as well. It doesn't make a noise. Wet roll wall rides, not my favourite. No, that's not going to happen. You. Oh man, just eats the bumps. Oh, I've never gone this way. Oh yeah, I have. Just looks different. First run's pretty good. Want to roll the bars forward a bit and just keep lapping, I think. You hear the boys. Whoop. Okay, steering feels a little different with the bars rolled forward. Nice. Man, it's funny. Roll the bars forward. Walk feels better. Oh yeah. Awesome chunk. Sick. I had to check I didn't have a flat tire because it's so plush. Yeah, these little jumps on the flow trails, it just over jumps them. Like, it's actually quite poppy. And it just picks up speed so fast. Careful, I don't remember the tracks that well. Oh, shark bitten. Good second run. I think I'm going to slow the shock down a little bit. Feels like it's losing contact with the ground. Oh, did I stop? Fail. Didn't think it started the GoPro. Right, check out Sir Bishop. Man, this bike's so quiet. It's just nuts. Made a little change, and it feels good. Which is just to slow the rebound. One click. Whoa. Everyone goes around this jump in race. Oh, not my best. Ooh, skatey. Oh, not really going fast enough for this. Man, it is just eats that stuff up and makes the enduro bike seem like a cross-country bike. It's that much different. Oh. Well, that's not where I wanted to go. Just take it full squid down here. So it's pretty rutted. It's kind of crap everywhere. Oh man, you can just be, oh, what's happened here? You can be full on the brakes and the rear suspension just still works perfectly. monster truck. Go to the car and get me gloves. So, forgot them then. Sick. Yeah, bike felt mad then. Just that one click of rebound tamed the back down a little bit. Felt like more grip, even though there's not that much grip on that track with how it is at the moment. So first impressions, 3 runs are pretty wild. Like, I didn't expect it to be this much of a difference to my enduro bike, but like I said, in that run, it makes the enduro feel more like a trail bike on this stuff. So I'm familiar with these tracks, ridden the enduro on all of them, but yeah, you can just not care, just smash into things with reckless abandon. Other impressions, it's incredibly quiet. Like, there is just no noise from the drivetrain, which is obviously a combination of the TRP derailleur. It's got this special lock on it, the O-chain, the high pivot, and just that it's a bike that's been prepped by a World Cup race team. Right, apparently we're only getting one more run today after this one, so I better get down in time. Oh. Make sure I go the right way here. Didn't get sniped by a rock that time. Ah! Still easy to blow that corner. And Bigfoot. That wall ride looks alright. Now, maybe next run. Pretty dry down this side. Oh. Massively overjumped. Okay, so that's different. There used to be 2 jumps there, 2 kind of boner senders. Oh, I don't like that. I keep landing in that bank. Oh. Righto. Ew. First time hitting those since it's changed it. Sick. I don't know what I'll do down here. I do want to get back to the crossing where it all joins, so I think Plantation's the only way to do that. It's not really made for that stuff, is my read. It's kind of like, might just be how the grip is today, but I feel like I'm losing the rear in the corners rather than the front, which is a bit of a weird feeling. But I think I need to get off the back a bit more because of the high pivot, the chainstay lengthens. I think I need to worry less about keeping weight on the front and worry a bit more about keeping it on the back. So a bit of a different riding style. I think it'll make a lot more sense when it's like steeper. But man, it's just a monster truck. So sick. A little bit hard to get up to speed. I am. Oh. Okay, that's how you get into this. And that's an overgrown gap. Doesn't look like too many people have been riding locals. So. Trust the wind to have come up. And it's probably across the jumps as well. So I'd like to hit these 3. Just table, double. Many years ago, I hit the first 2. And they were at the time the biggest jumps I'd done. They've changed a lot since then, but the size is about the same. And then I've never hit the 3rd one because it wasn't built then. That wind's still too gusty. Hit this booter again.
How many pedals did you take into that drop?
I didn't take any then, I just sort of rolled in. It's a bit dead sailor. You could go quicker than that. I got to put a little brake check in because I thought, oh, it's I feel like I'm going too fast, and then you lose a fair bit on the wood. I had to put more than 2 or 3 cranks in to get the double though, or this table thing. Dead sailor. Yeah. Oh, I unclipped in the air. Me dead. That was plenty of speed.
Are you clipped in or not?
Yeah, I unclipped somehow. I haven't used these pedals in a while.
Yeah, you did unclip. Oh, just to
Yeah.
shoot on flats. Yeah, okay. That's interesting.
Front was like front was up, and I think I just sort of, I don't know. Yeah, that was scary, but fun. You're right after that off.
Lovely.
Oh,
I even broke my phone.
oh, that's better than breaking your face.
I don't know how you got mud on your face. Look at my helmet. It's going through there and 120 kilos was never made for black.
His definition of a digger. That was a little bit sketchy. I did unclip in the air, which I was scared about, but managed to land on pedals. It was a bit nose up, which is I wasn't really expecting. Maybe I was a bit weight back. I don't know. Hasn't done that on any of the other jumps, so I suspect it was a one-off. Sweet. Man, you're in the air for a fair while. Sort of gives you feeling like the landing's not coming. Yeah. Oh, sick. Good shakedown. Did some stuff I haven't done before. Definitely need to work on the bike setup a little bit. Also just need to learn how to ride a bike like this. But bloody incredible, and a real confidence booster. So keen to come back here, get a few things more dialed, send a few more of the big stuff. Thanks for watching.